one of the most important things you can do to help support the ducks, like the video and share it with your friends. And enjoy the show. Oh man, these ducks kill me. As soon as they heard me open the door. Good morning everybody and welcome to the Duck Adventure for, I think it's the 24th. If I'm wrong, I'll put the date on the screen. Winter's officially here. You know, we've had some, cold weather and now we've got snow. But it is supposed to warm up this week to something like 5 or 6 degrees, 8 degrees high, something like that. But the next 3 nights, it's cold like this. I'm going to be screwing around today. I got a couple things I got to do. One, I got to finish cleaning my oven, which ironically, I've got to do it on the back deck here, all the pieces with hot water and get some rubber gloves and out here in the snow. So it's going to be an interesting, I'll throw the Pivothead on so you guys can watch this interesting video of me washing oven parts in the snow. All right, ducks, I'll let you out. And then I've got to get the wet vac out. I'm going to suck the water line dry today. I'm going to finally shut it down and go with the heated sack on the side of the house here. Because it's right now I've got the water running. I'm stuttering here, guys. It's early. I'm half asleep still. I've got the water running on a drip constant, and so it doesn't freeze. And it's getting it's running the pump too much. And it's time to shut her down. But I had a screwy night last night, guys. Well, I slept like a baby. I slept for 12 hours. It's actually 20 after 8. I'm late today. I was sitting on the couch last night at 10 to 8, and I was wondering why I was so tired. Then I realized I've been up since like 2:44 in the morning. Holy mackerel. Oh, I've got to show this to you guys. I don't know if you can see all of those tracks, but they're Muscovy tracks. I guess the girls came out, went for a walk, and yeah, they're all over the place here. See this line here, guys? That's because I have the water line constantly running. It's on a slow drip down here just so it doesn't freeze. And it's just enough heat to keep the ground from freezing right there. But like I said, I've been running the pump and it's too hard on the pump. Well, it's not too hard on the pump, it's just a waste of power running the pump here. Plus, it's time to put all the kiddie pools away, and it's time to really wrap up for winter here and get ready. Today's get the shack ready and the nesting box. I'm just looking at nesting boxes. Sorry, I'm stuttering. Okay, I'm missing some Muscovies. Oh no, they're inside. Okay, they flew out of the pen, guys, and went back in. Look at them. Listen to this. They want out. You're a little excited here, Dougie. I know it's snowing, you're all frisky. Drive-by run around here. He did not come close to the ducks, guys. He did not step on them. I saw it with my own 2 eyes here. But he did screw up the morning rush, which they don't even know where they're going. These geese are confused. I'm going to open up the gate here. I wonder if I got any eggs this morning. Doug, you really wound out this morning. One thing, guys, I'm really stuttering here, guys. I can't believe the Doug's out here this morning. Come on out, everybody. Doug, you're nuts this morning. Oh, he's crazy. He's wound right out. Okay, what's going on here, guys? Who's coming out? Oh, they're going back in the pen. Oh, they're probably going to go around because Doug's out here with me. No, they're going to come back out. Or maybe not. What's going on, ducks? Doug, you're crazy today. Doggy! He's running around. I think it's the snow, guys. It's the friskiness. It's cool because, you know, dog's got no fur. But let's see if we got any eggs. Okay, look at this. We got 2 males watching over that one female. Mo and his partner. I wonder where the other one is. Are there any eggs in here? Oh, you're going to get aggressive with me there, duck? Oh, I moved. No eggs, nothing. I don't believe this. I ate those 5 eggs thinking that, you know, it was egg bonanza was going to start. Yep, nothing. No eggs. I think I made the mistake of eating those 5 eggs in a little bit of a rush. I got all excited thinking it was egg season. I was mistaken. Oh, there is an egg. 1 single egg. The male was sitting on it. I just heard it again. There's a mouse living in the wall here, right here, every day. Well, not every day. The last 3 days, I've been hearing it crawl, and I just heard it crawl again. Well, if he makes the mistake of coming out when the geese are in here, the geese seem to be the most aggressive when it comes to mice. The ducks really don't bother with them. It's the geese that, sorry about that, guys. I'm really screwing up bad here today. The geese are the worst. When they see something around, they pound right on it. Ducks aren't as aggressive when it comes to the mice. I just saw a mouse run across the creek there. Mice are all looking for a place to hide now that the snow's here. So I know what's going to happen today. I'm going to have my hose running from outside the house, or inside the house to the outside, and I've got mouse traps all around the door frame so that when I leave the door open, if the mice run in, they always go tight against the wall, and they get nailed by the trap, which I have a hunch today I'm going to probably catch the mice because I have to have the door open. Hey, Skipper! Everybody doesn't like your name. I like your name. Because you got your name through a very unique way. Any duck that gets its neck ripped right to the bone and survives deserves a name of controversy. She's so cute. Yeah, little ducky. Dog, you're wound out today. He keeps running perimeter around the ducks here. All right, guys, I got to get my act into gear here because, one, our days are very short, and I've got a fair amount of things to do today. Ducks are eating the rutabaga leaves. Look at them going. They really wanted out this morning. I'll have fun in the garden, guys. Pretty soon it's going to be all snow. But according to the weatherman, it's going to actually get 8 degrees and raining today. I got to get some rubber gloves so I can wash my oven stuff. Because that oven stuff, you know that oven stuff? They, you know, it's lemon scented. I know why they have it lemon scented. To cover up the poisonous vapors. You know, the can says, you know, it's got, one, it's explosion, and then it says, you know, it's corrosive. But it doesn't say, you know, you should wear a respirator, which really you should. Which pair? Kitchen gloves or furry line chemical gloves? It's cold out. Furry line chemical gloves. Nothing like washing your oven outside after it snowed. I don't believe it. I've been meaning to do this, guys, but you know, like I said the other day, you know, I was cooking Doug's duck feet in the oven there at, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, and by 4 a.m. the kitchen, my eyes were burning from the fumes from the oven burning off, so it was time and had to get done. And unfortunately today is the day it gets the final rinse down. Oh, but I'll have a clean oven, another year worth of roasted duck. Well, they've soaked all night, so it should clean up pretty good. A little steel wool and some hot water on the back deck, and I'll have this clean. I'm going to do the oven later on after I get my work done outside. I'll rinse the inside of the oven out, but I'll get this stuff done on the back deck right now. Okay, duck adventure style oven cleaning here. A year worth of duck roasting. What a mess it makes. Oh, look at them come up nice and shiny. Won't take much scrubbing to get these clean. I can't believe how dirty my oven was. Alright, scrubbers. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to have roasted duck tonight, guys. I haven't had roasted duck, believe it or not.
in over a week. Actually, I think the last roasted duck I had was before the cull. I've been eating, well, actually I've been having a lot of chicken lately, which just doesn't cut the jam. And I've got really good chicken, but I'm just a die-hard duck guy. I know when I spiced it up this morning, it was like smelling really good. I was like, oh, I got excited actually. I just couldn't believe my oven though. When I was cooking all those duck feet for Doug, it was brutal. It was, my eyes were burning. That's the telltale sign your oven needs to be cleaned. Well, I let it go a little too far, guys. I'm using a paint scraper to get the crud off the grill here. So, mental note, do oven every 6 months instead of once a year. Oh, yes, guys, another thing. I need your help. This is, it's so simple too. I'm doing these duck rush videos where, you know, the little short snippets I'm doing from the summertime. It is so important, guys, that you watch those videos and thumbs up them. It is like, because they're perfect little sharing videos, and they're the videos that have the potential of going viral. But they need to be viewed in their entirety by you first, so that YouTube classes them as credible videos. And the more of you that watch the video completely from start to finish, it gives it more credibility, which helps it getting promoted in the YouTube search results. Similar to that, you know, the 171 ducklings in a kiddie pool video, you know, which is like almost 2.5 million views. It's the same type of thing. So if you could please, when I release those short little duck rush videos, watch them completely and thumbs them up so that it helps the channel, because those videos have the potential to bring in a lot of viewers to the show. And I know, like, the amount of viewers, there's a lot of subscribers actually that we've that I've acquired on this channel have come from that 171 ducklings find their kiddie poodle for the first time, because that's how people discover us, is by cute duck videos. They don't all end as roasted ducks, which is ironic that I'm talking to you about cute duck videos while I'm cleaning my oven from roasted duck mess. But anyways, just thought I'd run that by you guys, if you could help me out on those videos that I put out. And I'm going to put them out, about once every 2 or 3 days. I've got a total of 25 of them that I've got to put out from the summer that I've collected, or that I shot, I should say. So that is my plea for help on this video. If you could help me on those duck rush videos to get them credible on YouTube, so that we can get the channel some more exposure, so that we can grow and accomplish our goal next year of 1,000 ducks, which I know we're going to do. I just know it. I got this warm fuzzy feeling that it's going to happen. And it isn't because it actually is warming up today, because the snow is actually starting to melt. It is above zero. I'm outside scrubbing my oven in snow. I don't believe this. Thanks a lot, huh? Doug, you are a bad dog being out in the highway. Stay here. Wait till the cars go. Do you believe it, guys? He was out here on the highway. Come on, Doug, let's go home. Come on. Come on. He was over at the radio station again. Come on, let's go home. Come on, Doug. Come on, Doug, come. You got to stop following trails across the highway. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why he had the collar on the other day. He's got this thing with the radio station. And oh, Dougie. And it was actually 3 years this month coming up that I lost a dog out here. They found him over at the door at the radio station, looking at the door to get in. And the thing is, guys, he was on the back deck with me while I was washing the grates. And I looked up and he was gone, and I heard a dog barking up on the hill, and something told me to start calling him. I went in the bush because I followed his trail way back there. He was at the radio station. Doug, you're getting the shock collar. That'll keep you close to me. Unbelievable. Oh man, what a sick feeling. I was at the gate yelling because I'd given up walking all the back of the bush calling his name, and those people in that black car, they pulled over and they asked me if I was looking for a dog. I was like, I almost want to say to them, no, I'm standing at the gate yelling Doug for fun, but Doug, and he knew he was in trouble too, because I opened the back door of the car. He laid down in the seat. Oh man, he'd be so easy to steal that dog. Oh, you're bad. Well, bad dogs get the one thing they don't like. Oh, come here. You know, don't you? This is Klingon time. Come here. Come here, Doug. You. I'm not going to shock you, but I know the collar is going to be enough. Okay, I got the shock collar on him so that he sticks close. Look at this. Now he's sticking really close. Oh, you bad dog, Doug. I don't believe this. Oh, man, my heart just stopped when they said he found him on the highway. And I think it's 3 years this, or maybe 5 years this December. I don't know. December's a bad month on the highway for Matt and dogs. I don't like that. I'm going to keep an eye on you now. Well, now I'm a little bit sick to my stomach, guys. I don't know what the pivot heads recorded. I had them running while I was going through the bush screaming for Doug, just in case I came across anything epic and, you know, like him. Because I heard a dog barking in the bush and I thought for sure, you know, something was treed, and it wasn't even him. And the thing is that I was following his trail, and his trail went back that direction on the property. There was no trail going out front on the driveway. There's absolutely, you know, virgin snow on the driveway, and there was no trail going that direction. So what he did was he went out there, came across, went around the fence, went down the highway, and then went over to the radio station to say hi to them, I guess. I don't believe I was so glad the people picked him up. But they said when they opened the door and they called him, he ran out to the highway and sat in the highway and looked at them. But then they opened their door and he jumps instantly. They said they couldn't believe how fast he jumped into the back of their car. Well, he's got the collar on him now, and he's being a real Klingon. As you can tell, like, I can't get a shot of the camera because he's going to me. He thinks I'm going to shock him. So it's going to be collar time. I'm just going to leave it on him. He seems to listen the best with it on, and if this is what he's going to be like, look at him. I can't get away from him. And the thing is, guys, you know, I don't know if it was like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, exactly right in front of the property on the highway, I lost Spike, you know, the exact same thing, sitting in the middle of the road, you know, or standing in the middle of the road and got hit. And he was a big dog. He was like 105, 108 pounds. So people, even the big dogs, you know, I think you could paint them, you know, day glow orange and they would still run them over. I gotta show this, guys. I got the collar on Doug, and I can't get away from him. He, no matter what I do, where I go, he's just sticking to me now. He's tripped me like 3 times now. I can't, he's like a piece of Velcro. Oh, but he was so bad. Freaked me right out. Oh, Doug. I wasted an hour and 20 minutes walking through the bush, guys, yelling his name. I went from one end to the other, screaming and listening and thinking that he was somewhere, you know, on the property, and here he'd gone around the fence and gone out on the highway. Talk about my heart just, well, my stomach got upset when the girl said he was in the back of his car. I was like, oh, that was close. So now I'm way behind. I don't think I'll get the water done today, but I'm going to definitely get the shed cleaned out, nesting boxes set up. I'm gonna get that done. The water I'll do tomorrow. I can run another night, won't be the end of the world. But what a curveball, running through the bush with Doug. Doug's going everywhere I'm going. All right, Dougie, you're being real good now, eh? So the plan of action is I'm gonna clean this out completely, and then put some barriers up so they can't lean against the walls. And I got thinking last night, before I passed out on the couch, or almost passed out on the couch, the heater, I might lower it, or I might actually go with multiple heat lamps. I don't know yet. I'm thinking I've got enough power there to, you know, to do almost anything now. But I'm thinking that quartz heater, the 1500 watts, even that 1500 watts, is too much heat in one spot, and because the metal shed here has absolutely no heat retaining capabilities, the only thing I can count on here is that the floor gets warm and stays warm, you know, and then the ducks can, you know, if the floor is warm, the ducks will be warm, because the only cold spot on the duck is their feet. So if the floor is warm, which, you know, if I spread out a bunch of heat lamps through the building, like, you know, 5 or 6 heat lamps, and have them spread out, it actually might be better. I don't know yet. We'll see. The heating process is going to be a trial and error, but to start, I got lots of heat. 1500 watts of quartz. That's a lot of 175 watt heat lamps. So we'll see. You know, I might lower it and put the wire cage that I built around it so that the birds can't hit it. The thing is with the heat lamps, you know, they've got those wire cages around each one, and you can spread them out, and there's no way the birds can hit them. I don't know what we're going to do on that, but we've got heat. We've got enough power now. Like, I've got 240 volts at 15 amps, so I can run enough heat to keep that shed warm enough for me to actually sleep in if I wanted to. Unfortunately, because it's a metal shed, it doesn't hold any heat. It basically, you turn the heat off and it's gone. So as long as it's, you know, between the -1 and -6 degrees, you know, at night, birds are fine. So I'm gonna get my active gear, guys, and get things set up so I can show you what I've got planned for the winter for the ducks in the metal shed. They're really enjoying the garden. I think it's because it's virgin territory. They haven't been in there, you know, the whole summer. Now that the wire's gone, they're just having a blast chewing through it. What an awesome crew of ducks we got, guys. I'm really pumped about it. We got some really gorgeous looking ducks. Really pretty things. Some real handsome males. And then we got the Muscovies here. Look at them. They're looking at the lake, but it's frozen. Like, there's no way. Actually, I'm gonna go for a quick walk down to the lake and see if there's any footprints on the ice, because you know, who knows? They might have flown down there, landed in the ice, and came back. We don't know. We're going to the lake, guys. There's the ice. Winter's here, but it's warmed up. It's +2 degrees right now. But let's go down to the lake, take a quick look to see if there's any Muscovy footprints on the lake, and then I'm gonna come back and get some serious work done. I bet you I don't have to call him. He's gonna follow me. Yep, he is. Oh, Dougie. It's going to be shock collar on your neck all the time just to keep you around. I'm not taking that chance again. That was one emotion I didn't want to experience today, was dealing with a dead dog. It's actually warming up quite nice, guys. I'm shocked how warm it is. It's not supposed to be this warm today. Yep, there's been birds down here, guys. I can see the landmarks on the ice. Doug, stay close. Oh, this is slushy ice. You go in the water, Dougie, you'll be cold. Okay, this big dark patch here, guys, a Muscovy landed and broke the ice right here. You can tell that the ice has been broken. There's some Muscovy tracks. And there's a skid mark of a bird that flew down here and landed. Oh, that would have been awesome to catch that. That's like almost 50 feet of slide mark. And actually, it looks like 3 slide marks, actually. It's pretty flat, the lighting here, so I don't know how it's going to show up. As you can see, there's 2 other slide marks over there. And there's a spot that a Muscovy went through. Because when they break the ice and they come through, the water gets on top. I don't know if this is showing up, but I can see wing marks right there. I can't tell with the viewfinder if it's showing up or not. And there's another skid mark, another bird landed. So they definitely flew down here today. And there's another skid mark. So the Muscovies did fly down. Oh, it would have been awesome to catch that on video. And there's a bunch more skid marks. They were all over the place down here. So this morning when I saw them walking around the yard, they had obviously already done the round trip and came down here and realized that the party was over on the lake. But while I'm down here, I'm going to drive the canoe back. But I wish I could have caught that. That would have been so neat to see them flying and sliding on the ice. But, you know, the chances of catching that, I'd actually have to be down here at, you know, 6:30 in the morning waiting for them. And now that they've discovered that it's frozen, they might never fly down here again until next spring, you know. It's But I know last winter, or I think it was the winter before, you know, we had the Muscovy in the wintertime. They would fly down here and fly around the lake. Yes, actually, it was the winter before when we had the owl problem. They were flying down and flying around the lake and coming back to the property. So who knows what will get happening here. But I would have loved to seen them do that slide on the ice. The duck adventure fleets are really away for the winter. Okay, Doug's sticking so close to me that he keeps stopping in front of me and tripping me. We've gone from one extreme to another, you know, running the property, getting out of sight, going on the highway, to the collar on him that he's stopping in front of me, and I've got to watch when I'm walking because I keep getting this 137-pound trip mechanism in front of me. I can't move, guys. This dog is like sticking right to me. Oh, Dougie, you gave me a scare today. Oh, I don't like that. He's going to come in and help me shovel the shed out. Can you get any closer to me? And the only reason you're doing this is because the collar's on you, isn't it? Take the collar off and you go on a rip. Okay, this dog's getting crazy here. I'm trying to shovel and he's leaning against me. He thinks he's in trouble, which he is actually. And I went to back up and he was like pushing against the back of my leg. Look at this dog. I'm cleaning. He's like right where I'm shoveling. Well, I don't have to wonder where you are right now, do I? Oh, you scared the crap out of me, Doug. I know why you're here. I've got the heater running right now because I want to see how much the temperature goes up in here while I'm working. Because I just closed the window. I have a hunch I'm going to have to go with heat lamps lower to the ground. It's going to be interesting to see how this works. Okay, how close can you get to me, Doug? You brutal dog. He knows he's in trouble. I like when he keeps lifting his paw up like, oh, please, please, please. Are you a brutal dog? Yeah, oh, get close to me. Oh, you. Ducks are really enjoying the garden. They've been here all day. Well, it's like 2 o'clock. Oh, they're eating the parsnip greens. They're going through. They're looking for anything green to eat. I gotta do a feed run this week, and I'm gonna pick up some hay from Robert. Sorry, ducks. I won't throw any straw on top of the greens. We'll let you clean them up first. Shed cleaned out. Take my last load of straw over to the garden, and then start bringing over the nesting boxes. And start laying out the pieces I'm putting on the walls to stop the ducks from leaning against the cold metal. Feel pumped about this, guys. We've got the capacity to take care of all the duckies this winter. I just watched that new Muscovy Drake run away from me here. He's hanging around with the same female that Mo is. I think there's going to be a bit of a fight situation going on here. But he's huge. It's going to be interesting to see how big he gets. Because I know Mo, he didn't stop growing the first year. You know, he kept filling out and getting bigger. And he waddles. That guy, when he was walking away, he waddled exactly like Mo. But we got new blood. But that little girl right there, she's been mounted lots. They're doing her a lot, man. Because the other females aren't getting done. But she is. As you can tell by the color, she's not white. And the other Drake, he's over there with those females. And all those females are white. So they're not getting done. But for some reason, the females are hanging around with that guy. So I don't know if it's because he's not demanding. I just found another female original. So there's 2 original females that I've spotted so far. We were doing the census, I was getting a bit screwed up. There might be more, who knows. It's a blur here, guys. When you're handling this many different birds and different, you know, it's like, it's virtually impossible to keep it straight some days. Okay, I've got the nesting boxes in here. Now I'm going to go rustle up some old plywood. I've got something here. I never throw anything out, so I gotta have something. And make up some frost barriers for the walls. Velcro dog. I can't go anywhere without him. But he still is losing it over blue jays and crows flying over the property though. But he's sticking close. Well guys, nothing goes to waste here. This plywood actually came from the incubator crate that I bought 2 years ago, and then we used it at the bottom of the lean-to last winter, and then this year I'm using, well, I power washed it this spring obviously, and had it in the back of the shed, so now I'm going to use it as a frost wall in the metal shed. We reuse everything here. I did a job 3 or 4 days ago, and I wish I would have got the camera out for you guys to show you, but I cleaned that fan out. I didn't clean it last year. I turned it on because I wanted to see what it was, you know, how much air it was blowing, and it was blowing nothing. The inside of the squirrel cage fan was absolutely, well, there was no fins, space between the fins of the fan blades at all. That's how dirty it was. Now it's blowing like crazy, but I took it out and took a wire brush and the high pressure air hose and cleaned it out. But I should have videotaped it just to show you guys how clogged up the fan motor was. But she's blowing lots of air now to suck out the humidity out of the barn. Well, I changed the layout a little. I didn't put a nesting box at the end here. I put them all down the sides because I need more floor space. I got thinking about water. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hanging water in here and a hanging feeder during lockdown, and they needed more room. So what I did was I recycled that Chinese skid of plywood, and I just put some screws, some old washers I had, and screwed the plywood to the wall. I'm going to put a bunch of straw down the back side of the plywood just to slow down the frost transfer through. Shouldn't have any problems actually, because there's like a good 3-4 inches of space between the wall and the nesting boxes and the plywood, so the ducks are not going to be touching the cold walls. I think it's going to work out pretty good for lockdowns. You know, this is only for extreme lockdown when it's, you know, I got to keep the ducks inside during the day, and you know, when we have those nasty days, nasty weeks I should say. Because honestly, I think the barn during normal time, you know, they're going to go into the barn if it's a normal night. It's when, you know, like I have to do the lockdown and they're kept inside, and you know, and you know, you can't have that many ducks locked inside of a building for, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 days solid. One, it's too many ducks in there. Mess, you would have to clean it every single day, and the ducks would get stressed, and you know, that many, and then you'd have, you know, picking on each other, especially the geese. I'm thinking the geese and the Muscovies are going to end up being in here because they don't seem to get picked on by the geese. You know, the geese don't screw with the Muscovies. I just think it's because they're a stronger bird. It's the peking and the ruins that the geese pick on. That's what I've noticed. It seems the peking and the ruins are the easy targets for everybody to pick on. But I think this is going to work out good. But I'm thinking the heater situation, it's a waste to have 1500 watts in the ceiling. I'm thinking I'm going to pick up, I already have 2 of those metal shrouds for the heat lamps. I think I might pick up a couple more, maybe 4 more of them, and hang them in here so that I can get the heat closer to the floor and spread the heat out with heat lamps. I think if the heat's closer to the floor and spread out, I can keep the frost out of the floor, which if the frost is out of the floor, the ducks are going to be warm. I know that. That's the key, is keeping the frost out of the floor. And if the heat lamps, if I had a bunch of heat lamps close to the floor, you know, spread out, one, it would give more area, and it would, you know, it would keep the floor at an even temperature. I think that big heater up there, I think it's too much. In the barn, you know, because the barn's warm, it's well insulated, I should say, because of the logs and the plastic wrap and that. That heater brings it up really warm in the barn. But in here, the ambient temperature is good. I think the infrared, it's not enough. And I think even if I lowered it down to the floor, closer to the floor, what it's going to do is going to make a hot spot in the middle of the floor, and then the outside of the floor will be cool. I'm thinking it's going to end up being heat lamps. We'll see. This is trial and error. I've never used this building in this capacity, but you know, this idea that I've got to keep the ducks away from the outside walls, because that was the problem. You know, the first year when I had the ducks here till, I think it was actually, you know, New Year's Eve or something, before they got into the barn, before I had it done. That's when we had, you know, Miss Ice Scovie with the frozen feet. We had 2 Muscovies that got frozen feet because they were staying close to the outside walls, and you know, they were freezing their feet. It was, and that was with heat lamps in here, and a lot of straw on the floor. So I learned my lesson on that year. That was a nasty year. I think back about the poor ducks. But you know, we haven't repeated that year. I learned my lesson, and the ducks have not suffered. Okay, they've moved down to this end of the garden. It's been garden day. That's all they've been doing, is rooting in the garden. Days are far too short, guys. I can't believe it's almost dark. But then again, it didn't help that I slept 12 hours last night. I can't believe I slept 12 hours. I honestly do not
Honestly, I'm trying to think here. Since I started the duck adventure, July 2013, I don't think I've had a night that I've slept 12 hours.
Well, Velcro dog won't move. He's sticking to me. Oh, what a bad dog today on the highway. But you know, when the geese lose it, he takes off out of here like a bat out of hell. That's the only thing that will make him move fast today, is the geese losing it. You can tell it's the end of the day. They're getting in position already. The ducks don't like to be out at night at this time of year. I was in the shed just doing the straw for them, and I heard the noise getting louder, and I looked out, and there they are, all in front of the pen, waiting to come in. But they won't come in because Doug and I are in here. And Doug's watching them.
It's the end of the day, guys. Ducks are going in. There's such serious courting going on here, though. It's non-stop mating action. Going in for a snack. So it's time to start the ducks on a new routine. What I'm doing is because winter, we got some serious winter coming up real soon here. I've got it now so that the outside pen lights turn off at 10 o'clock at night, but the barn and the shed light inside stay on all night, so that the ducks know enough to go into the shed or the barn. Because what'll happen is if the lights turn off and they don't see light to go to, what'll happen is they'll just freak out all night in the pen. So if they have a light, if they can see a light in the building on, they'll head towards the light, go inside the buildings, and and hopefully we'll see. It's going to take some time because they've been outside now since spring. Actually, since the weather turned nice in the spring, they've been outside 24/7. But I've got to start getting them into the groove to go into the building on their own. Now they're coming back out of the barn here. They just had a snack, and now they're coming back out. But they're hanging on to the end here. But I just realized I've got to get them into the pen because I've got to finish washing my supper, or washing my oven, I should say, so that I can cook my duck. Which means I'm not going to have supper here for another 2.5 hours minimum. I think it's a 5-pound duck, so it's going to be, it'll be 2.5 hours by the time I get the oven washed out and get it in. So I've got to get the ducks in the pen here. Give Dougie a washing because he's really dirty, his belly's bad. Let's look at these ducks, man. They crack me up what they do here all day. Pretty soon, ducks, it's going to be snow and there'll be nothing to chew on out here. So tomorrow's plan of action is I'm going to get the water all put away for the winter. It's going to warm up, to 8 degrees this week, but I think this will be the last week we'll have nice weather. And it's time to shut my pump off. I've been running and dripping down there for, I think it's been almost 2 weeks now. So my pump has been coming off and on quite a lot the last 2 weeks. It's time to fully get into the winter mode here with the ducks and drag out the hose every day and all that kind of neat stuff. Look who just flew down here, guys. I couldn't even get down here fast enough. I saw them walking down to the edge of the yard, and I grabbed my winter jacket and I ran down here because I thought for sure I could catch some, skidding action. And they beat me down here. I don't believe it because they were at the corner of the pen, at the front corner of the pen, near the house when they started walking down. And I ran. They're confused. Now there might be more coming down, so I'm gonna wait here because I've got my winter jacket. There's 5 of them. There's one more. It looks like she's hidden in the bulrushes. I saw 5 come down in the air. I can't believe how fast they were. Oh, sorry about the bad camera there, guys. I'm trying to find the 5th one that's in the bulrushes. You better fly home, ducks. It's like there's no water down here. Ice Scovy Part 2. I thought for sure I'd get down here fast enough.
So I don't think they're going to do this very often. I think a couple times hitting ice, yeah, well, it's already been a couple times, but I think they're going to figure out that it's a waste of time to come down here. I don't believe they beat me, and I ran. I thought for sure I could catch this. Because I know landing on ice, I've seen ducks land on ice, and it is pretty comical. No, it was only 5 females that were walking towards the edge of the yard. But I'm going to wait, and we'll see if any more show up. I don't believe it, you know. I put Doug in the back of the house, and I grabbed my jacket, my winter jacket, because I thought for sure I'm going to be down here for a while waiting. And they beat me to it. I came down so fast, I forgot to grab my glasses. And the viewfinder is just a blur fest for me. Are you going to go back home there, ducks? So they flew towards the dark patch on the lake here, the shoreline where the water is. I guess they figured out the white snow is not water, but the dark potentially could be. They don't know what to do. They're such pretty ducks. The 5th one still hasn't surfaced out of the bulrushes. Must be sitting just inside the edge there. You can hear the ducks up at the yard. They're loud. We got a loud crew this year, guys. These 51 females are serious quackers. Well, if this crew's this loud, you know, if their offspring are anywhere near this loud, next year, think about it, it could be 500 females that loud. So times that noise by 10. Are you girls, what are you doing? What are you girls doing? Are you going home? You can see the skid mark when she landed. Would have been awesome to catch that on film. You can tell it's the beginning of winter. My hands are cold, I'm not used to it. My fingers are numb. And it's actually nice out. It's like 0 degrees right now, guys. It's not even cold. The ducks are waiting me out here. Daylight's quickly leaving us. And that 5th Muscovy that flew into the bulrushes still hasn't surfaced. But then again, these 4 that we can see right now on the screen, they haven't moved an inch, except their heads. Their heads are doing a lot of bobbing around, but I think they're trying to figure out what happened to the water. Come on, ducks. Oh, they're going back. Okay, where's the 5th one? And maybe there wasn't a 5th one. Oh, there's one coming down. She just flew by her 4 friends. Okay, you're gonna. Oh, actually, there's 2 more just came down. Oh, they're so far away, and it's a whiteout. You can't see anything. Okay, she's flying around. Oh, I'm doing this in Braille. Okay, I've lost it. Complete fly around. Realized there's no water down here. And I was just about to give up and go home because my hands are frozen. And then the 4 of them took off, and then these 2 came down. Well, there's one now, the other one's gone back. But it was so hard following them on the viewfinder, guys, because I'm pointing the camera at white, trying to follow white with blurry vision. I gotta get this vision thing fixed. Well, I can't, but I just gotta wear glasses more often.
This duck, I think it's going to be a while before it figures out that it's by itself down here. What a shame we couldn't have caught that, but she did slide. It looks like she got about a 30-foot slide behind her. But it was sort of neat, you know, that one that did fly down, you know, she flew around and went right around the area trying to find water and then went back up. But it was neat. I don't know if it turned out on the camera. I don't know what, because like I said, guys, I'm filming totally in braille here because it's a whiteout situation plus blurry eyes. But the four were going up and I could see the two coming down and they sort of hesitated. They sort of hit. I thought she was taking off. They sort of hesitated. I saw a little bit of a U-turn type thing happening, and then they decided to hell with it and they came down. She'll come back. I gotta go. My fingers are actually numb. It's really damp. That's the problem right now. And the deck is really slippery from the dampness. It's freezing, so it's not even safe for me to walk and hold the camera. Okay, I don't know if this female is one that's come back or she thinks she's going to the lake. What are you doing, girl? Did you just come back or are you going? I guess every one of them have to go down and discover that there's no more party down there. They closed the club, duck. Come on, I'm locking up. Let's go inside. That one girl, she can fly back by herself. I know the ducks come and go as they please. I'm not too worried about putting the scobies away. I don't know if I showed the final result here on what I accomplished today. So this is the lockdown shack, guys. I've got the plywood up, all the straw in. Now I'm gonna, when it's lockdown time, I'll put more straw on the floor. Right now it's only one bale. But I think it's going to work out, but I think I'm going to have to go with multiple heat lamps just to spread the heat out and get more of the heat to the floor. Because I know if I can keep the frost out of the floor, the ducks will stay warm. Tonight's going to be interesting. I'll probably be sleeping by then, but the 10 o'clock lights go off, how much the ducks are going to freak out before they go into the buildings. I got to get them in the groove to going back into the buildings. And I got to get them out of the groove of going to the lake. Come on there, duck, in you go. Your friend will be back soon. Now I'll go wash the oven and cook supper. Well, it's going to be a late supper. I got to wash this out now and put it back together. I better get my act into gear here because I'm really freaking hungry. Well, I won't be doing that again. Leaving it for 120 ducks? I gotta do it more than once a year. So ladies, I'm gonna leave it in your hands. In exactly 6 months to the day, I want you to tell me in the comments it's time to clean my oven because this was absolutely crazy. Actually, I would have preferred if I would have given it another squirt and let it sit another night because I ended up using a scraper to get the stuff off the top. Brutal, man. Over 120 ducks, it makes a mess of your oven. And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and enjoy the show.